Yeah, at this level, certainly. It was a new experience and probably a little bit heavier than what I've had in the past. I've been a head coach before, but certainly not at this level. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. We had 4 seasons in about one half of football, with the sun, the rain, the wind. But yeah, certainly enjoyed it as a head coach, as a first-time head coach.
Now, what's the overriding emotion after that, Joe? Is it disappointment to have lost the game, or positives in what you saw for a lot of the game?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of positives that came out of the game. However, the players are pretty disappointed in the dressing room. And I think it's a little bit of earning a little bit more respect today, but it certainly doesn't earn us the right for 2 points. To win 2 points in this competition, you've got to play for 80 minutes, and we were good for 40 minutes, but not so good in the second 40 minutes. But to answer your question, I think the players are clearly disappointed after the result, particularly against such a quality side like Huddersfield.
What changed in the second half today of that game, and conditions didn't help you today, really, especially after the second half and 2 tries?
I think it started from the outset. They scored 2 tries off errors. There was a kick-off which they retrieved, which they subsequently scored in that set. And on the ensuing set, they got to a kick and were fortunate enough to get a repeat on play 6 on Denny Bruff's foot, which I can't remember the incident exactly, but I think Benny Farrow missed the ball, or they got a lucky bounce and were able to score. So within 2 sets they completed and scored 2 tries, and probably with the conditions as poor as they were today, was probably enough just to get home. However, in saying that, I felt with 6 or 7 minutes to go, the side that scored next would go on to win the game. I thought that if we were able to grab a try, the momentum would have got us home, but it wasn't to be today.
You had a really good spell midway through the second half where you had 4 sets. Did you feel you could have done a bit more to get over there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of what's been happening this year. Probably our execution hasn't been as what it should be, and to compete against a quality side like that, you need to be in the game for the set. We lost our composure on a number of sets, and we just probably forgot what our jobs were and ultimately paid for it. We should have been much better or had better finishes than what we did.
Your decision makers, your halves have come in for a bit of stick over the last few weeks. Do you think you've almost got that problem sorted? Because particularly in the first half, looked a lot more sharp with ball and hand track, and that's something you massively improved on.
I think every half or every hooker has a difficult job. I mean, Danny Bruff, man of steel, but probably if you ask his coach, he probably wasn't at his best today as well. And they're sitting in top of the top 8. So to answer your question, it's probably a difficult gig to be a 6, 7 or 9 in this competition. We are making some inroads. Categorically, we're making some inroads, and we done it for 40 minutes. We just got to do it for 80 minutes.
Any more questions?
Any injuries picked up today?
Ben Farrow, laceration on the eye. Scotty Moore's got to roll his ankle. Nothing substantial, I wouldn't imagine, that would keep the same 17 from playing.
You were down to 12 at the end, weren't you? Because you'd made the last change and someone went down with cramp on the far wall.
Yeah, that was Alex Foster, played 80 minutes and was tremendous today. Yeah, it went down.
So 2 back row forwards, mate, played 80 minutes because Beer also did.
Yep, Tills. And in saying that, Captain Cook only had a 11-minute spell in the middle, so he played considerable minutes as well.
Do you feel that your first 13 needs to be on the field more than most other teams' first 13s because they're that much advanced from the rest?
I wouldn't say need to be on the field as more, but you want to play your better players where you can. So if they're not tired, you'd certainly leave them on there, as long as they don't get burnt the second or third stint when you put them on. I think every team's the same, unless you've got a quality super sub or someone that's actually going to give you a lot of energy off the bench. You would normally start with your best 13, so I think logic would suggest that you'd have your better players on more amount of time.